Hello everybody and welcome back to Suit Only Survival Season 2. We're back! We've heard your complaints, we've heard your concerns, I'm just kidding! It's been nothing but love down in that comment section on the first video. Thank you to everybody who pitched up again for round 2 of this amazing experience. It's been so much fun for Magic and I to read all your comments, and there were a ton of excellent suggestions for how we can kind of continue the series now that we've beaten the core challenge, which was to sort of get to the basic Space Engineers start. Now, to keep a little bit of interest going as the challenge progresses, why don't we turn Space Engineers into a roguelike? If you've never heard of these before, it's a kind of a category of game that's really big on the indie scene, and the basic idea is that you're expected to die, quite a lot actually, but every time you do, you kind of gain a metagame advantage that allows the next run to just be a little bit easier. So, how are we gonna do that with the limitations of Space Engineers? Well, I've got some ideas, and most of them came from the comments, so thank you to everybody who suggested this. The first is to kind of set up an insurance policy of sorts. So rather than having to delete a GPS signal every single time we die, or rather deleting all of them, instead we could pay 100,000 credits to sort of quote-unquote lock in a GPS signal, kind of a once-off upgrade to our entire run that allows us to preserve one link forever. Also, just to keep it from being too easy, and to make sure I need to be a bit more careful in combat and the like, we're gonna make it cost 50,000 credits in order for us to respawn at a survival kit, and 20,000 to respawn at a medical station, so definitely incentive to get one of those built. This means I'm gonna have to keep working on the economy, which I think a lot of people did want to see anyway. Now, just for a bit of challenge and to torture myself somewhat, we are going to stick with progression. That is a feature of the game that I am often found to be disliking, but I'm gonna do my best to power through it on this playthrough on camera, and every single time I complain about it, you're gonna put one little penny in the swear jar, and if we get enough of it, maybe I'll have to do another punishment challenge like we did in Rover Quest. Magic, he really loved that, let me tell you. Okay, and then this was a pretty unanimous one. People said, please, no outright piracy. No more stealing entirely intact ships and just taking them for yourself. I think that's a great idea, so we'll make that a clear rule. Basically, if I run into any small grid ships, we can take them as much as we want. We can take every piece off it. But for large grid ships, we can only steal individual blocks. I can separate them and drag them over to my ship, weld them on. And if we want to sort of repurpose the entire vessel, like all the resources, we're going to have to bring it back to our base and process it in a grinding pit. I think that just adds a bit of fun, a bit of immersion, and a bit more challenge, right? Some engineering to do. And then finally, 2 more rules just to keep things interesting. The first is that I'm allowed to only have one large grid ship, just one, right? I can have many small grid ships, but just one large grid ship. And I'm going to cap the block count on that ship at 100 blocks. Now, you might say that is ridiculous. That is far too little for us to make use of, really. It's you could build like a small square with some thrusters, and that's true. So in order for us to increase that, we have to hunt and defeat pirates. That's right. We're going to pirate the pirates. Moral dilemma solved. That was never a problem. This was the plan all along. Was to... Okay, hopefully that's a fairly coherent explanation. I think I got all the important bits, and we are getting very, very far away from home. So, let's go ahead and head back down to the asteroid base and decide what we're going to be doing next. And with that, we can slowly but surely drift in gracefully to our landing. And in fact, before we go indoors and while we're enjoying the beautiful sunlight here on the rim, I should point out that I did test out the Realistic Orbits mod. It's super cool, by the way. Shout out to the developer, but it's an incredibly awesome thing to add to this game. It doesn't really work putting it into an existing save. Things were behaving a bit weirdly. I couldn't quite get it to work the way I wanted to. So rather than make that squeeze into this series, we're just going to do that in a different series. We will use the Orbits mod. So thank you to all the people who pointed it out. I really, really appreciate the support. It was right on the front page of the workshop, so I feel a little bit stupid for not knowing. I don't think I even checked before I started this. All right, well, let's start up here. Hopefully get on our toes. There we go. The least graceful stand-up in history, and grab a lot of tools. Also, yes, there's one other thing. this start from this point, not from the original suit only spawn, but from this exact point, is now available on Steam. You can play as largely unemployed. You can start in our asteroid base with all our tools, with all our inventory. The only caveat is that you will have to get it from that chair. For whatever reason, bit of a weird bug with SE. When I switched the save, when I edited the save settings, and changed it from being an offline game to a private game, just so I could have my spectator cam, it deleted all of my items. I had to reload, I had to go back, I had to revert to an earlier version, put the stuff in this chair, and then load in. Because for whatever reason, it seems to kill your offline character and give you a new one for multiplayer. Couldn't explain that, but that doesn't matter because that's not important. Instead, we are going to, you know what, let's use this place as it was designed to be used. Let's use it with the gravity generator. Many people have told me to turn off this hydrogen generator and to turn off the gravity generator as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, let's just quickly take a quick look. Is there a hydrogen tank on this grid? No. Nothing hidden? No. Okay, so all the hydrogen we've got is currently in this generator. But now, if I'm not mistaken, you can't pull out of a generator's inventory the hydrogen supply. So how am I getting refilled here? It must be that O2H2 generator. Yes. But there's two of them. But this has been renamed oxygen generator. So there's a second one? What are you? You are the O2H2 generator. And then what are you? You're going to be the oxygen generator. Okay, well, we don't need two of them. We can definitely tear one of those apart. This one's empty, so let's do that. And then I think just in general, we're going to want to kind of do a little bit of cleanup and maintenance around here. It's a little hard to move around, but that's the kind of thing we can do in a quick time lapse. Oh, yes, also, what do these buttons do? Door? Okay, well, I cut off the door, so that's not going to work. I can't turn on the spotlight, though. That's nice. Little ambiance. Not much. Alright, then what was around this way? I don't quite remember. Oh, desk, a bed, the kitchen. Yes, it's all coming back. People did say there is stuff in these drawers, which is completely correct. In fact, I'm actually going to go ahead and put away those tools. We don't need them right now. And anything we want to store in the bed? How about a little bit of pipe? If you know what I mean. Alright, anyway, with all that aside, we can now look at this gravity generator. People begged me to turn this thing off, and I don't really see why. It's currently at 20 kilowatts, which isn't that much. Like, it's not, I mean, it's not nothing, don't get me wrong, but it's not, like, a ton. Yeah, I mean, like, the survival kit's currently cooking on 15 kilowatts. I guess it is, like, running our second survival kit. How long before our battery dies with the gravity on? Let's have a quick, there's timer blocks? Oh, we definitely want to kill those. I don't want them doing stuff I don't know about. Fully depleted in 2 days. Yeah, I'm going to leave this on. I'm not going to lie to you. I think 48 hours of real-time battery without any charging is probably fine. Mostly because if we turn this off, walking around here is sheer hell. Because I'm on the walls, you see.
Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.
So I'm just going to put that back on, and we're going to use the space the way the designers intended, which is vertically. Thank you. All right, cool. So anyway, I do need to do cleanup in here. It's very ugly, but I think the first point of order is actually going to be to store everything in here, and I think we need to head back to our storage locker and just pick up the stuff that we left in the chair. I don't think we need to grind down the seat just yet. Maybe we can go and get it at some point, but I think it would be good to find it again. Where did we put it? Salvage is over there. Where is the station? There's a civilian Hornet that way. I hope it doesn't sting. And there's our trade beacon. Let's head over there and grab it. Now, I must say, in between recording the rules and doing this little bit here, I was thinking about the rules a lot more. And I really like the rule we had, only one large ship, limited to 100 blocks. I like the restriction, right? Like, we got to go out and fight and achieve stuff in order to get more. I like the idea of, like, hunting the pirates, pirating the pirates, kind of keeping the vibe going. Like, the base unlocked 100 for us, and every subsequent little pirate is another 25 blocks. Maybe it could be 25 blocks for the small ones and 50 for the big ones. I want your opinion on that. What do you think the rewards should be? But something else that I was actually thinking about is I think it's a bit lame to only be able to scrap large grid ships at the base, like dragging them back and processing them. That's cool for some, but it could be a bit painful. I think it also makes sense to allow us to use a grinding ship to do a lot of that kind of salvage work. It kind of, because I don't really build them in my series here, because I always end up just, you know, building the pit and chuck it in the pit. You know, just it's like that Always Sunny bit. You just chuck them in the soup.
Well, that's all a lie. There was no soup.
You know, but except it's a pit in our case. And while I love doing it, don't get me wrong, I find it to be very funny. I do also kind of just want to do it the right way for once. Let's grab all the useful bits. Definitely that big pipe. I think that's going to be hardest to make. Definitely the motors. And I guess just whatever else. I've still got a little bit of space. Yeah, just take it all, to be honest. We need the computers more than anything. If we have 80 computers, and we do, we can build a basic assembler. And... I didn't put down a marker. Oh, thank God for the lens flares. I think it's over there. I was looking, I was like, I know it's near the Hornet, but there it is. I think it's that star in the center of the screen right there. Not that one. Don't be fooled. That is the shadow on Plato's wall. Okay, this over here, this is the truth. The reality. Please, dear God, don't just let this be the asteroid, because can you imagine? Okay, we definitely got to put down a GPS marker. Step 1, pack 1, pick 1 GPS marker once we get home. And that sniz just said Mayday. Okay, no sleepy Maydays in my house. Thank you very much. I believe that is those timer blocks still ticking off. So we got to find them and disable them. And by disable them, I mean beat them with the rock until they break. There's the entrance. We could probably do with a bit more infrastructure on that front as well. And maybe we don't want to walk in on top of a TV. It does give a bit of a walk the plank kind of vibe though, which I like. Let's put that away. And then let's find these timer blocks. I think there's a way we can do this. If I go to control panel, and I put you on the HUD, it doesn't show up. I swear this was like something you could do. That didn't work, so I'm just going to have to find these the old-fashioned way. By ignoring them until eventually I stumble across them. That's the standard around these parts, let me tell you. Let's go ahead and bring the time-lapse camera in here. And let's do a little bit of a cleanup. I think it's over. I love the time-lapses in this game. And it's always nice to give Magic more work than he wants to do, so... Let's whip one around. I'm probably going to have to remove that oxygen farm and put it outside, because it's not exactly doing much for us right there. Alright, let's go ahead, call in the cavalry, and I'll see you guys in a second. So while I'm waiting for the spectator to load in, I need to work out what this was. What do you think this was ever going to be? I don't know what it was meant to be, but I know what it's going to be now. Banana. Okay, so I may or may not have gotten a little overzealous with the drill in there, and the haters have won. The gravity generator is offline, whether I like it or not. Anyway, we managed to clear up the space a little bit in the middle here. We got way more room to work with, a little bit less cluttered. I do think I did actually see the timer blocks, yes, hiding back here. That was a bit of a cheese one. I saw it with the spectator cam, but hey, you know what? I'm not going to argue. Where am I? I'm just going to be grateful that we got the bits out. Thank you. There we go. And now we can kind of do one of these. The problem is the game does a damage calculation for drilling very, very strangely. And it is very easy to accidentally blow up your base. So just be very careful when you drill near already constructed items, especially if it's like a pre-generated voxel. I guess they're all pre-generated. But a voxel that is not sort of randomly generated, I've found that they tend to be way worse. Like the ones that are imported from the workshop or whatever. I don't know, that's just anecdotal, but it is, it's my anecdote, and you can't have it. Sorry, I booked it already. Oh, you'll be fine. Yeah, we're gonna be able to fix it. Don't worry, the gravity generators themselves, which are the gravity components, sorry, themselves, which are the hard bit, they're all fine. So we're all good. We're all good. And the sun is shining through my wall. Okay, so, what's the new plan? You know, it does give a bit of ambiance to the place, you gotta admit. It's got a certain fireplace aesthetic. Maybe we keep it. It is kind of... I'm loving the light that it's casting, though, aren't you? It's kind of gorgeous. The spectator cam just Blair Witching it up there on the ceiling. Guys, I love this game. Okay, new plan. What did I want to do? I wanted to build a light. That's what I went to go do. I went to go get a light, and I realized I don't have a light. Because inexplicably, lights are locked behind the ability to assemble machines automatically at the nanometer scale with precision. And of course, the common light bulb is that's a necessity for that. Maybe that's true. I'm kind of an ignoramus. I wouldn't know. Basic assembler, either way, is the next on the chopping block, and I think we have the components to pull this off. So let's. Oh, come on, this is gonna be painful. Oh, where am I? Where am I? Genuinely, where in God's name am I? There we go. Okay, we're gonna just spend a bit of hydrogen so we can fly around without suffering. Okay, so you've got one connection point, and I believe it is that way. If I'm gonna hit T so we stop auto-rotating, it's my least favorite feature of this game. There we go. Okay, basic assembler goes there. Let's land. Let's try and position ourselves where we can get access to that. Right-click on this to add it to the build planner. Middle mouse to withdraw components. Left-click to build. You can also hold Alt middle mouse to deposit components into your storage. It'll just put them wherever they fit. I think it tries to stack them first, and then it puts it in the container, or just puts it in the container you talk to. I can't remember. Okay, cool. There's our basic assembler. It's built, which means we have now unlocked the ability to create a light bulb. I know. Ground-defining stuff. Ground-breaking stuff. Where do I want some light bulbs? I'd love one. I've got a little doorway here. That's not a light, Space Engineers. I don't know what to tell you. Ah, we found it. Aha, there it is. Give me a nice little corner light here. Big fan of the corner light. If you watch the Rover series, you will know this to be true. That's definitely the wrong piece. I wanted to put a little, maybe a little half wall in here. Yeah, something like that. Gorgeous. Lovely. Okay, and then I do quite like the ambiance. I do like the Terra Corner. It's a nice little change of pace. And then over here, is there anything specific we want to work on? I would love an entranceway light as well. Okay, one more of these. Gorgeous. There we go. Okay, anyway, we'll worry about making this airtight and building an airlock and all that yumbo jumbo later. For now, I need to get some more energy. And then we need to build ourselves a basic refinery and all that good stuff. And I think I want this to face that way. I think that'll look really cool. Are these grids not connected? That does sometimes happen. Okay, was that other block seemed to be in the way? This is now fine. Alright, lovely. And I think these should connect to one another. I'm not 100%. Okay, we do have all the components we need to build both of these. That's amazing. Unknown technology. Oh, I don't know how to build a conveyor yet. Cool. Okay, basic refinery is up in gorgeous olive drab. And with the basic refinery in place, we can now... we could have done this with the survival kit, but we didn't need to because we got a bit of a head start on the component front. We can now crouch down and expand the living quarters a little bit by digging into it with a drill. Okay, so now if I were to go middle mouse entry into here, the refinery will suck up all of my stuff and process it. Did it get the stone? Where did the stone go? Oh, the survival kit's eating it. Ah, okay. But you will... Yes, there we go. Stone will be processed into iron, nickel, and silicon. And using those and the basic assembler, we can make a whole bunch of other components, specifically more batteries. That's what I'm really caring about here. Because I'd love to build a little scouting ship. And well, basically just as a backup. We need silver in order to build another survival kit. But I need to go do some missions. And for that, I'd rather do that in a ship than in my suit. Also, we need to do some more progression work. We have not yet unlocked conveyors. That's a shame. Where is the actual conveyor system? There it is. I have to build a cargo container. Okay, well, easy fix. Yeah, I think I need four metal grids, whatever they're called, which is a bunch more nickel in order to build a cargo container, as well as a bunch of other components. Just those are the harder parts to come by. So I guess we'll just dig around up here. I do have, as well, if it's not lost on me, I do have this. The collector, which is super cool. If the gravity generator was working, if it wasn't currently a fireplace, I would be able to just drop stuff in here, and it would just sort of go into the base and be processed automatically. So we're going to work towards that, I think. Did we fix the fireplace? I am very fond of it. I won't lie to you. It is. I do think it's incredibly funny that the gravity generator is on fire after my whole spiel about why I'm keeping it. Probably shouldn't deface the surface of my pristine little asteroid, should I? Huh? Now go dig in the dark side of the moon over here. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, there we go. Refinery's firing into life. Excellent. And we should see the basic assembler stealing the bits and pieces. Yes, it is. So that it can make... Oh, we need Cobalt. Crud. I don't have Cobalt. And also did make a GPS marker. I'm literally the worst at this game. Asteroid base. What are we going to call this thing? At this point, it is basically channel tradition to have you guys name all of the places we inhabit. So if you'd be so kind as to do that, I'd really appreciate it. Love the little halo of rock floating around the asteroid here. Okay, so what's the solution? I know what I need to do. I need to grind down. Either I need to make the components to get another survival kit, or I can just, another cargo container, or I just need to grind down this one, which means I need to empty all this out into something. It won't go there. It will not fit inside banana. I have tried. It might fit inside this desk. Desks don't have inventory. Coward. Won't fit inside that. You know what? You know what? Why don't you go right over there? Okay, we cut off the light. Cut that off completely. Give me a cargo. I sure hope it does. And this should then unlock the bits. Yeah, there we go. Ah, yes, and you might wonder why I brought back those parachutes, right? There's no particularly clear benefit to doing so. It is actually a little bit of a benefit. They actually contain a pretty astonishing amount of silicon. So if I head over to production, basic assembler, and then disassemble, I can click on it, equipment, 1, 2, 3, and there we go. It will strip them back down into silicon wafers. About 12 apiece, which is not too shabby. Okay, cargo container's been made. With that done, what did we access? Was that the conveyors? Is that what I needed? Yeah. Okay, so now I can work on this. I can work on this. There we go. And now our little what is the connector over here? The collector is now linked up to the refinery. Meaning if we dump rocks into the collector, they'll just automatically fall into the refinery, which is kind of dope. Which does mean I need to repair the fireplace. Okay, listen, we can always break it again. Unknown technology, god damn it. Oh, progression, you filthy bitch. I hate you so much. Maybe don't put that in the video. Hey boss, where's the gravity at? I need to make the assembler. Okay, so much for putting that off. A meteor when now? Immediate distraction incoming. Where? Oh, I found him. Okay. Not exactly apocalyptic. Did any of those hit the asteroid? Because they will drop off resources if they strike. Guess not. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to... Why am I building the gravity generator? Hold on. Large endpoint. Use your brain. Use the noggin for a second here, Chief. You want to build a gravity generator so that stuff falls into your collector. What if you don't do that, and instead you just build the ship you said you were going to build? And we can just keep the fireplace for a bit, because I do kind of love the ambiance, I'm not going to lie. Sorry, the meteorite distraction may have just saved the series. Oh, and I do want to turn off that antenna. Yeah, I probably also want to stop calling it Mayday. This will be home base. What is that? Just float. It's very small. It's moving quickly. Okay, never fly straight at it. Don't fly straight at it. Don't fly straight at it. We've learned our lesson. Is that one of my unknown signals? I think it is. Are you telling me we were that close? Is this the one with the little engine? It is! He's still moving, dude. Look at him. Okay, well, the rule said we can take apart small ships, no problem. And that's one thruster, baby. That's one thruster we didn't have before. Okay. Okay, then what I think we do here is I think we drop this off. And we... Actually, I can't build a ship yet, can I? Because I need to take components. Yeah. Well, that was unexpected. So do we go ore scouting? Or do we take these busted tools and go south? Go down to the moon, investigate that wreck. I think we investigate the wreck. Now, it's a large grid ship, so under the new rule set, I'm not allowed to take anything from it, but I would like to know what's there, because we need more thruster components before we can kind of do anything. That bad boy right there, that's what we need. Okay, give me some juice, and then we'll go down to the surface. Because if I die, I can respawn at the kit. We've got enough cash for one 1 life. I'll have to delete all my waypoints, but that's okay. None of them are particularly difficult to find right now, and it's the dark side of the moon, so I can see my spot pretty easily. There were a ton of comments asking us what adds the lens flares to Space Engineers. We're still not entirely sure, to be honest. I offered to remove it, but that was apparently a bit of an ambitious statement because I actually don't know what's doing this. We think it's the Exploration Enhancement mod. If anyone is able to actually figure this out and let us know, that'd be kind of sick. Are you going to shoot me? I feel like you're going to shoot me. I do see a gun. It's not turning. This is a good start. Okay, we're gonna sneak in here. 2 things have been highlighted, so there's a couple of passenger seats still intact. I see a Gatling turret. Hold on here. Oh, this is a little bit ominous. It's a lot of ship, though. Oh, whoa. It's got a laser antenna. Oh, it's got a bunch of scrap down there we can take. And we can still raid this thing for parts, right? And pieces like this. Is that gun broken? Or it's functional. So this thing must just be out of power. Oh, very nice. Okay, okay. I want to pick up as much scrap as I can get my hands on. Just fill up on scrap for now. It's a pretty solid iron resource, to be honest. Batteries. Oh, lots of batteries. We'd love to take those. I am losing civilian reputation, but it's basically nothing. I guess because this is considered a wreck. Okay, nothing else is highlighting, so I'm assuming we're good. I'm going to weld this one back up. Access denied. Okay, still needs to be hacked. Yeah, the hacking mod doesn't always kick it right away, not going to lie to you. Now there's only 1 left. If I weld you up, are you going to hack now? Nope. Okay. Love hostile takeover. Love it. Let's just cut them off. Okay, if we just cut this apart. Nothing inside there. I'm not allowed to take these components though. This is cheating. We can take the scrap for sure, but the rest of this has got to stay behind. Maybe we'll be able to come and pick it up in the future. I just needed to remove those. We need to. Maybe I can just detach you. Yeah, I'll just detach you. And then that way you don't need me to hack this grid. I mostly want to do it so it doesn't despawn. I don't think it will. It's worth a check though. Okay, bye-bye to you. Okay, you got a big old conveyor junction. I want to know what's inside that cargo container. Okay, so there's some value. It's the batteries here that are looking so good to me. Oh, thrusters. 9 thruster components there. 36 there. Oh, huge. 80 on that one? Oh man, that would set up a whole small ship, no problem. Okay, where did that big cargo container go? There was one. There. Oh, whoopsie. I did not mean to do that. Okay, well, what's in there? Okay. Okay. Bit of a haul, Chief. I will be having that. Yep. And, we'll be having that. Yep. And I guess we'll leave the rockets for now. Okay, we gotta come up here with a little cargo ship and just full loot this place. See, now, for me, that doesn't feel like we took the components, right? Like, I was actually genuinely trying to hack that, and it was just so busted it fell apart. That's my bad for not noticing. I think my intentions were pure. We're gonna have to play it by ear to, figure out the exact limits of this rule set. It's not exactly hard enforced by the game, is it? I guess we could build hydrogen thrusters at the start. Build a little cargo vessel, bring it down here. That could totally work. All I need is a large cargo container with a chair on it, and a bunch 6 thrusters. That's pretty much it. At least one big one. I guess an O2H2 generator and a hydrogen tank wouldn't hurt, but those are luxuries compared to my other plans, let me tell you. Gonna warm my toes by the fire. And be on my way. Oh, we need to make up some steel plates before we get started here. Alright, now our build limit is 100 blocks, not for the base. Base unlimited, I think that's totally fine. I think it's just build limits for the actual ships themselves. Let's go ahead and just place down a little bit of this. We can do something like that. And cut you off and build you out like this. Voila. Okay. We don't actually need this catwalk here. Okay, so I think we're going to use the saddle cockpit over here, just because I love the way it looks. We can have a thruster on the front there. We can have a big one on the bottom. We can have connectors going to the back, and then just a giant cargo container. Whoa, look at this thing. The modular cargo container. Now, hold on. Hell yeah. Is there not a big ship version of that? Ah, it's only a small ship one. Interesting. Which DLC added this? This is after my time, let me tell you. Okay, how are we gonna ride this? Have to be something. What if we just had a flying container? Okay, cut it all down. I got new plans. Okay, then give me the O2 generator. We slap that right on the back here. Okay, simple as. I think we probably want a conveyor hub in between. Yeah, just a little bit of spacing might be a good idea. I don't know. Okay, great. So then we ride the cockpit to Valhalla. Something like this. Right? Hear me out. Then you can be a conveyor converter on top. Yes, yes. It's all coming together. Now everyone's going to tell me, hey, Logi deployed, you could use the control and number keys to change the thing, and you can do it all with multiple taskbars. And I'm going to say no. No, you can't. Okay, you search everything you need and you use one taskbar forever, then you complain about not having enough stuff on your taskbar. Okay, that's the way it's done. That's the way my father did it. That's the way I'm gonna do it. I'm not breaking tradition just to make you happy, okay? Okay, what else do we... I mean, I guess we gotta build this. We gotta make this all in the build planner. And then see... I mean, we're gonna need to dig up a lot of rocks, that's for sure. So, shift middle mouse so that you get a minor explosion sound causing heart palpitations and terror, and that gets you closer. Oh my god, we can actually build the modular cargo container. Okay, how much space does this give you? 10,000 liters? That's a lot. It's still 2 trips, but that's a lot. Okay, okay. Good start. We need some motors. Displays and computers and motors. That's all stuff we can make with stone. I need to go mining. I'm loving that. I'm loving that already. Okay, where is our nearest asteroid compadre? I would like to go and get some proper supplies here. I mean, it's probably one of these ones, right? Sure. Let's go there. Okay, so rule number 1 of space engineers, you never fly straight at anything. Okay, that one's moving a lot quicker relative to me, so I'm going to go down there. Okay, never mind. That was 15 kilometers away. Not exactly in the local neighborhood, but whatever. Unless maybe you happen to be from American suburbia. But this is a bit of a pain, because that's a hell of a trek back each time. If we can find like an actual vein of something, I mean, ice would be amazing, but I'm hoping for cobalt. Platinum would be huge. We could make thrusters, because I'm still not entirely certain how I'm going to fuel this thing. I guess we'll use the ice on the base, which is even a little bit behind for oxygen and respawn purposes, but that's spooky. What's in here? Let's take a little dip into hell here. What you got for me? Not much of it there. Not much of anywhere. Ooh, a hiding pirate station. It just showed up on my map. Anyone else catch that? Do you think that's another one of the ones we just got? The asteroid base? Do you think that's what that is? Because that was a pirate signal too, but I think it was SPRT Mayday. I think that's what it was listing itself as. Alright, nothing down the poop hole. Okay, we've given the asteroid a colonoscopy and found ourselves wanting. This is a bit of a depressing mining expedition. This must have been what it felt like to be on the frontier. This one's nice and blotchy. Is that uranium? Uranium fever has gone and got me down. Use sycamore tree. It's not nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. Okay, coming in hot. Hot, hot, hot. Completely unsuccessful mission there. Gosh darn it. Back to just mining the rock. Okay. One of those situations where, you know, the irony being if I just stuck with it and mined the rock a little bit more, we'd be long done by now. Oh, it sucked it in. Nice. If I get, like, right in here, I can drop it in. Perfect. And I can hear the refinery going.
Energy low.
Okay, let's see if that was enough to produce all the bits we need. Also, please, I need some juice. You're going to be 93 iron, 23 nickel. That's a lot. Okay, there we go. Finally, got all of the motors. Excellent. You weld those up. Now, what do we need next? Battery. Need a place to put a battery. And I'm thinking along the sides here. Also, we need a couple of hydrogen tanks. I think this thing is going to be hydrogen powered, whether I like it or not. And I think some small tanks, I think that's the way forward. And this is how we do it. One there. One there. And that gives me some room underneath for some small batteries. Do something like this, maybe? Okay, now we just need the power cells, which is going to require a lot more stone. Okay, a billion more stone, and we've got our 20 power cells. Very cool. Can't really move this once it's on there. So, well, we can. It's just a bit of a pain. So, that's where that's going to go. We need to connect these up, and then I guess we build our next few bits. What's our block count on this thing looking like right now? I swear there's a way to see this. Yeah, 12 blocks. Okay, so we're at 12%. 12% of our budget. I mean, we could stack on another one of these. It could work. Or just like a chunky hydrogen thruster. See, but the problem is we do need metal grids. Crud. Even for the small grid ones? Yeah, 22. So it's cobalt or platinum. Whatever we find first. And I think we're going to have to go down to the moon to get either, which is rather annoying because this thing would have taken us down to the moon. I mean, we can build one ion thruster, but I don't know if I'm willing to put the whole family lineage on one ion thruster. I do need some gyroscopes, though, for sure. And those will fit right over here. Lovely. Okay, cool. So we've now got a semi-functional little trike here. I can actually go in. We can grab a tiny bit of oxygen from our oxygen generator here. Tiny bit of ice, sorry. I do have these. I must remember. I have the bottles. Yeah, I completely forgot. Let's grab both of those too. It is going to reduce our inventory space, but the fewer trips we have to make, the better, if you ask me. And now we can go ahead and chuck that ice in here. Should get slurped into our O2H2 generator and used to produce a bit of hydrogen. Yeah, there we go. Okay, tiny bit of hydrogen being made. Lovely. Lovely. Okay, then again, I want another connector here. This is definitely going to be part of our puzzle. Perfect, and that's going to go just something like that. And that's how we're going to dock with the base. Having a bit of space between us and the base is probably a good idea. So let's just put the conveyor back on there. And so I need some interior plates and whatever it takes to make a conveyor. Sorry, not a conveyor, connector. Okay, let's put down the thrusters, and then we're going to have to go find some cobalt so we can actually make them. But it is a start. It is a start. So we'll have a little bit of left and right thrust. I don't know how I want to do the up and down. I definitely need... we probably want to move these forward a little bit. We can probably put a thruster there. We could do some thrusting on the back here. In fact, yeah, maybe that's a good call. We just use the large ones and then have some directional thrust on it. Yeah, we might have to. So how would we do that? We need some conveyors. Do something like that, and then we'll sort of cut it into here and connect it up. I think that looks pretty snazzy still. I mean, it's a bit blocky, but you know, it's hard to avoid the block. We got a little bit more work to do here, but I think that's all the directions. We got forward, back, left and right. We don't have up and down. We've got to get up and down. It'll probably have to go on a splitter over there. Yeah, kind of similar to this one here. That might just be how we have to do it. And then, what if instead of this, we did it like... Because I don't want them like in the center line, because that's what I'm going to be looking at. What if we did it like this? Something like that? We were kind of that way. Looks a bit like an engine. That's kind of sick. Oh, speaking of, it would be kind of cool to get a hydrogen engine on here, wouldn't it? Could do it over there. That's kind of sick. Anyway, we'll figure that out. That can happen a bit later. I need to go and find Cobalt. Okay, so let's go refuel, recharge, and then I guess we go down to the moon's surface, because trying to find that all up on an asteroid is going to be an absolute pain. You know what? Let's head straight for the poles, too. Okay, I see an ore patch right here. Let's go in for a graceful landing. Gotta love how small the planets are in this game. And iron, nickel, I need cobalt. I mean, that's great, don't get me wrong. That's good stuff, but it's not really what we're looking for here. Iron, nickel, cobalt. Oh, I saw it. I saw it. Take me in. Ah! 2,000 units of cobalt, that's going to be enough, trust me. Okay, let's go ahead and take that back to the asteroid base. I'm going to mark this location. Also, just to put to bed the many claims against my intelligence and skill, let's go see if this station sells hydrogen, because it didn't the first time I went there. I think once again, the shroom has sabotaged me. Oh god, I overshot it. The shroom has sabotaged me and has removed that footage from the actual edit. But it did not have hydrogen for sale when I first went there. Oh, would you look at that? How strange. How absolutely bizarre. No hydrogen. Huh. What a coinky dink, wouldn't you say? Oh, and yes, everyone also told me to search the lockers. How? If I go into here, I can't see station. Can't see the inventories. Nope. Nope. How about in here? Huh. How strange. Oh, there's money in the bed. We can take the money out the bed. Okay, the comment section was half right. Hey, there's a flare gun. Ah, you gotta go downstairs. Okay. Nope, never mind. Okay, well, we would have been able to get ourselves a flare gun. And that's about it. Count up timer. Alright, where am I going? I'm going back home. We're going to drop off this cobalt, and then we might actually go back down for a load of iron. The SPRT hiding pirate station. Did you all see that? That just flipped into view. I see its lens flare. We will hunt it. Okay, but with this cobalt, we can now build our thrusters, and with our thrusters, I think the first thing we're going to do is take our cargo vessel down to the moon's poles, and like get it half full of ice. We'll fly over to the crashed ship, load up our first batch, and then start ferrying stuff back to the base here. Because I want to take over all of that junk. Okay, so this thing should be able to process in the basic refinery. Yes, it can. We have cobalt. Which means we made a metal grid. Okay, here we go. I need to do some stone mining. Just sort of hollowing out a little space back here. We'll need the room eventually anyway. Oh, and before anyone mentions it, I know we can process the stone in the survival kit. I should have mentioned this earlier. It's just less efficient than using the refinery. If you've got the refinery, just use the refinery. You do get a little bit more speed, but the survival kit uses a lot more power to do it, and you get less materials. So it's kind of just not worth it. Unless you've got like a truly gargantuan amount to get through. Okay, here we go. That should give us some of our metal grids. There we go. We're going to need more of these to finish this thing up, but that's a good start. 4 grids per? Oh god, okay. That's going to be a lot of stones. I wonder if it wouldn't just be faster to fly down to the planet's surface and mine the iron directly than to try and get it from all the stone. Because, like, what are we really shy on here? We're shy on nickel and iron. We need both. We got a bit of nickel. It's the iron that we're really lacking. Something we could do. Alright, well, let's go get some of this stuff welded in at least. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm going down to the moon, and we're going to go steal a bit directly. We're just going to get some iron straight up. I want to see how much better that is. I mean, I know it's going to be a lot better. I just want to see how much better. The UNPR mining carriage. Let's just do a little drive-by of this and see what it looks like. Armed to the goddamn teeth. Okay, not touching that one. Okay, nice bit of iron there. Let's take that up. It only takes a few seconds to do this run. It's definitely worth it. Ooh, strong unknown signal. That's definitely worth investigating. We should go after that next. Okay, iron goes straight in. And how does that perform? We stack it up there. Yo, that's way better. I mean, I knew it would be, but that's like, it's so much better, right? I forgot how much worse it was before. Okay, we can officially cut this thing off its landing pad. And I think I've decided this here actually does need to be a large thruster. Mostly just because we're going to need to be able to go down into gravity, and I need a large thruster to be able to stop us just sinking into the floor, especially once we're loaded up. So let's put one of these down right here. And I guess for now, it's ugly, but we'll just do it like that. For now. Yeah. I think later I'd rather have like an array of smaller ones, but for now this is just the most component efficient way to do this. And I think we're out of iron, as annoying as it is. Almost fresh out. Oh, we still got 600. Okay, that one load of iron was definitely worth more than any amount of stone we ever could have mined ever. Okay, well that's immediate vindication. So what are we shy on then? Is it the nickel? Yeah, now it's the nickel. Okay, so we do have to do a little bit more stone mining, but that's mostly just to get the nickel. We'll do a proper nickel load. And honestly, nickel and cobalt are both those sort of metals where you can do like one load of 10k and you're done. Like, you don't need to do it again for a very long time. Okay, so that should... we need to make 14 more grids. Oy. We're gonna need a lot more stone. Okay, we're gonna have to hope that that has enough iron, nickel, and cobalt to make the last of the grids, because I need to go and check out the strong unknown signal. 70Ks? Oh, we're not gonna make it, damn it. We'll have to go for the next one. I will get the small unknown signal. Maybe there's another thruster there. And we can steal a battery off this thing. Oh, it is the... nice! It is the thruster one. Awesome. Okay, let's grab this. No, that's just setting a button. What do you got for me? Hey, that's pretty good money. You got another button? Anyone here have a button I could... oh, okay. Is it this one? Yeah, it's that one. It's always the one with the signal name on it. Right. Okay, let's extract that battery using control detach, and we're just gonna wedge that out of there. Come on. Come on, just yoink it out of there. Nope. Have to cut it loose. Oh, I cut it. No, oh, it's gone. Never mind. Okay, where's home? There. Should we go see what that civilian signal over there is about? You think that's another salvage? That could be cool. Looks like there's actually quite a few things clustered around it, and this damn hiding pirate station, which is sending 10-second pulses every 2 minutes, is just it's gonna be another source of controversy. I can feel it. Yeah, we got something stacked up here. There's a little bit there, and a couple large somethings over here. Oh, I should have made binoculars. Whatever that is, it looks a little bit too intact for my liking. Okay, let's go investigate the smaller of the two. Are you a mine? Whatever it is coming at me. It's functional. It's kind of like patrolling. Oh, my kingdom for some binoculars right now. Do we drive by it? I can't see a gun. I'm gonna get closer. It's got a gun. It's definitely got a gun. Run away, run away, run away, run away. Run away. I saw a Gatling gun for the briefest second. Oh, nope. Nope. Okay, so those are like guard drones protecting whatever that signal is. We'll have to go back there once we've got a few more lives stashed up, I think. Because right now, on one respawn, I'm not feeling great. Listen, once we got this cargo bike, it's all gonna make sense, okay? Then we can do scouting missions and hauling missions and all the missions that make your heart sing. But first, we gotta get in here. Hey, and with that, we have a functional ship. Oh, very nice. Okay. There are a few other things I'd like to put on there, but for now, it'll have to wait. Let's grab all this. We're gonna have to steal some more ice out of our system. I'm saying let's take like 1,000. Okay, and we're gonna bring back more, don't worry. And this thing can just work on processing its cobalt while we're gone. And I'm probably not gonna need the hydrogen bottle, so I'm actually gonna put that away. And I'm going to take my best tools with me. As risky as that is. You know, is there a way for me to access you? Not really. I guess I could just put the ice in here. That should work. Yeah, it worked. Okay, great. Alright, so the ship works. I kind of love it. I'm kind of a little bit obsessed. Why aren't we moving? Ah, because the hydrogen thruster I built is off-center. Okay, yeah, that'll do it. Hold on, give me a second here, boys. Hold on, he's aestheticizing. Give him a second. What if we move this back to there? And then I do like having the hydrogen engine as part of this. And I think I like having it there. I mean, it could also just go here. That's kind of dope. Which means this would then need to be a conveyor hub. Yeah, something like that, right? The hydrogen generator is strictly for emergencies only. Do not get it twisted. Okay, hold on. Then I got one more little aesthetic piece I'd like to put in. Never mind. I don't have any motors. Okay, forget it. I didn't want them anyway. I was just going to link up that port to this one just for the vibes, but I think forget it. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take another 1,000 ice. We're going to hop in here, and then we're going to set this thing up and get ready to go. Because I have a feeling that we're going to run out of juice pretty quickly. Because what are these stockpiled up to? 30%? Yeah, that's not enough. That's just not enough. At least I don't think so. These engines can be pretty hungry. Alright, so we need to do several things. The first being hydrogen engine. We'll put that on 5. Turn that off. We have 3 hours of power. We don't need to worry about it right now. I would love to have my connector on 8. It doesn't really matter where you put these as long as you're consistent with it. That's just always where I have mine. And then I guess I want to see the battery. We'll put that on. That'll be auto on and off. Recharge on off. There we go. So put that onto charge mode. Put that onto discharge. Okay, cool. Then what else do we need? Well, I think we need to do a little bit of cleanup in here. What are we going to call this vessel, by the way? We need to give us some proper names. Okay, there we go. Tidied up a little bit. And yes, what are we going to call this little vessel? So let's have a look here. We're currently at 53 block count, so we're halfway through our budget. So we could add a little bit of armor, a little bit more container space. We could make it, I think we could make it a bit longer, like double the length. That could be pretty sick. Double the storage then too, right? We're at 70% hydrogen. Let's fly over towards the poles, and we're going to use that as a jumping off point for the rest of the stuff we want to do. I'm going to hit Z, and we're just going to coast towards the poles. And this thing has got to be one of the coolest things I've ever built. I mean, look at that. Are you kidding me, man? Oh, it looks good. Okay, dampeners on. Begin braking maneuvers. Let's use the big one. Let's lag the game. And let's begin our descent. I think I want to land... be nice to be near some ore as well, to be honest. Can't see any patches on the surface right now. You'd never know, you never know. Let's head a bit more this way. Can't really see anything that's screaming to me. So I guess we'll just touch down on this large ice field over here. Jesus. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I see slight discoloration of the ice there. I think that's ore. Let's bring it in. Yeah, and we definitely need bigger hydrogen tanks, or more of them. Because that little trip was basically all of it. Dunk. Perfect. Touchdown. Okay, I do want to put my thrusters all on the same group, so let's do that. Put our gyros here as well, and our H2 tanks will be on stockpile on or off. So I'm actually just going to put them on stockpile on, and it will cut off our... if I just turn off all my thrusters, there we go. We should be able to rest. Lovely. I do not want my gyroscopes off though. Put those on. Thank you. Alright, so now with that, we can just go digging. But I did see some discoloration over here, which I think would indicate... Oh, look at that, look at that. We got nickel platinum. Oh, we can make thrusters. Huge. Where are you? There you are. Let's go drop this stuff off, and then at least the tanks can refill themselves. And now that we got all this ice, I think we turn that hydrogen generator back on too. Lovely. And I think our O2 generators should be able to keep up. H2 tanks are indeed filling, yes. And the engine is full. Okay, lovely. So how long before our battery's fully charged? 2 hours. Okay, well, we're working, so we might as well let it run. I think 2 more loads of ice, and then we go for the platinum. Okay, 10k ice. I'm going to do 1 more load, and then we'll go with the platinum.
Inventory full.
Okay, we got little bits of platinum in between all these bits of stone. Platinum's always a bit of a pain to dig up, isn't it? And it looks exactly like stone. Because why wouldn't it? Okay, 1,000 platinum. Honestly, actually, probably fine. I think we can leave it there, and then we can head back up the tunnel a bit and go for some of that nickel. And of course, we will save this location. You need nickel, but you just don't need as much of it as you ever think you do. Like, I always end up bringing back like 20k, and then in 1,000 ships, I never manage to use it all. So I'm going to limit myself to like 4k this time. Oh, this thing needs a beacon. This thing definitely needs a beacon. So we're at half capacity. I'm going to get 1 more load of nickel. I think we'll call it at 3-4k, and then we'll go over and look for that ship. Okay, 4k nickel, lovely. Let's hop on here. Our battery is, our stockpile is growing. You love to see it. Let's turn on our thing. We can now afford to run all of our machines simultaneously. Turn off my dampeners and just go up until we get out of the planetary well. And then I guess we just need to decide which way we want to go. I'm thinking, I mean, there's the base. There's the beacon. The ship was in this sort of vague direction. Let's head that way. It was sort of between, like if we drew a line from the base to the station, it was sort of, I guess, in this direction, like where I'm wiggling now. So let's head in that direction. And I'm actually going to use the planetary gravity to slow me down a little bit here. Free braking force. Yeah, we definitely need larger hydrogen tanks on this thing, though. Those little ones are, they're already half done. Oh, and I guess that flare there is what I'm looking for. Got to be a little bit more careful with the speed. I think until we get bigger tanks and another O2 H2 gen on this thing, I got to be a little bit more careful. Yeah, so I think we want to elongate it. I think we want to take this, and I think we want to add like another cargo container to the left here. So basically just push that front forward, and then it gives us more space to mount more generators and O2 H2 gens and whatnot on the bottom. I think that's going to look dope. And then I want to get another, actually I'll get another O2 H2 gen on the back. So we can face them against each other, which means we can place that thruster on there without having to do all these scaffolding shenanigans, which I do like the look of. Don't get me wrong, but I am worried about block count. We have a budget after all. Oh, we're at 18%. Okay, I need to get out of the gravity well and rebuild my reserves. I have erred. There's the ship. Okay, the gravity's going to stop pulling us down. That's fine. Turn off thrusters so we can start rebuilding. Let's just make sure, yes, we do still have, we got plenty O2H2. Now, as we learned in the previous season of Suit Only Survival, Space Engineers kind of just fudges the numbers a little bit when it comes to how ice is like produced and stored. We do kind of want to just we're losing 50% efficiency by not having an oxygen tank on this thing, because whether or not you produce the oxygen, you will consume the ice at the same rate. I am obsessed with this little bike ship. I think it looks so cool. Fuel is definitely an issue, and I think it's more about capacity than anything else. We could also keep the supplies on board in like a small storage container just to build and dismantle a drill. Uh-oh. Well, ran out of hydrogen and blew up my battery. Whoops. Oh, no. So I lost the back engine and the bottom engine. We didn't lose much else, though. The ship is still functional. We just need to bring down 3 power cells. And that'll work. Okay, well, you know, it could have been worse. We can still go in here and collect our loot. Where is that container box? I hope it hasn't despawned. The one that had all the stuff. It had all those, like, rockets and things in it. Because that would be insane for us to take home. It was back here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because that's where the cargo container was. So I think it may have despawned. Rats. Okay, well, too bad. That's the cost of taking forever. I guess we gotta take our little haul here back up top. I'll take stuff out of the storage. And we gotta come back down with the things we need to fix the ship. Okay, but lesson learned. You need more. Just more. Okay, so /GPS rescue. It said I had 14% hydrogen. I wonder what that was referring to. Is that the hydrogen stored inside the generator, maybe? I think that's exactly what it was. Okay, we need that component. And then we need enough to build at least one large engine. Right? So we can get off the ground here. Okay, and I am going to take home as much as I can, I suppose. I'll take home the platinum. I'll take home that nickel. Alright, where is it? Asteroid base. Okay, home sweet home. Let's pull in here. Perfecto. And run inside slide inside real quick. And then let's drop all that stuff off. Alright, I need to pick up the components. I can't make the power cells. Make the power cells, please. You shy on nickel? Well, brother, have I got a gift for you. There you go. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, then I'm gonna need all the bits to make a large hydrogen thruster. Not the super large one, just the regular large one. Okay, make me all that. We are definitely gonna be shy iron. Definitely. No, maybe not, actually. We got a fair bit. And that iron scrap is a decent resource for it. Oh yeah, the biggest problem we're going to face actually is be able to get that all down. What can I leave behind? I won't need this. I won't need this. We can leave the rest behind. Okay, 22. How many of the... I just need to make one, right? Really. Or just a couple of small ones, even. I need the small grid one. There we go. It's 22 for one. Okay, I mean, that's as much as we can fit on ourselves right now. We could probably just build a bunch of small ones just to get us back off the moon. Okay, take me down to rescue. Let's salvage this ship. Okay, turn this thing back on. Thank you. We need to get our ship back up and running here. We might just have to do 2 trips, as loath as I am to admit it. It might just be the way we have to do this, because we kind of need you to work. I put the industrial one on this time. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. Looks kind of cool though. Okay, let's just do a little flippy flip. The industrial thrusters are a little bit longer. I don't think they're any more or less efficient. I think they're just sort of a different shape, different style. Okay, I mean, we could use this to get home. I'm pretty sure. I don't really want to fly without all of our thrusters working at the same time. Without, like, all 6 directions of thrust. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another load of scrap up top, and I'm going to bring down the components for that other large thruster. And you know what? Let's load up the ship before I do anything else. I want to see how much we can actually hold back. Because the longer we take, the better. Because that gives that O2H2 generator more time to do its work. 13,000. I think that's going to give us like 1,000 something iron. I don't actually know exactly what the conversion is. We should definitely make note of that. That's with the basic refinery. We can sort of get an idea of what the conversion from scrap iron to iron is. Sorry, is that scrap steel? Scrap metal. Scrap metal. Just generic metal. What is the most abundant metal in the universe? I suppose it would be something with a lighter atomic number, right? Like lithium or something? Is that... No, it's probably unstable. I don't know. Can someone tell me? What is the most abundant metal? I know the most abundant element is hydrogen. But what's the most abundant metal? On Earth, it's definitely iron, right? Like, isn't it something like 30% of the crust, 40% of the crust is iron? Okay, cool. So this thing is chock-a-block. Completely full. We got 25,000 scrap-ish. Maybe even closer to 26. Which is pretty dang good. So I'm going to take one more load of this up top to the base. And we're going to pray that that's enough to make the other bits, make the other thruster we need to get that thing home. Okay, hello asteroid base, home sweet home. You're just quite possibly the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. The linchpin of our empire. Let's bring this in. Okay, so 4,290k scrap iron. How much iron do we currently have in circulation? We've got 336, nothing in the assembler. Alright, let's pause production. Okay, looks like production's completed. Very nice, very nice. We've made all the bits we need, that's good. Let's see what 4.3 gets us. So we got 336. Let's see what 4.3k gets us. So it's a little less efficient. It's not quite 1,000 to 500. It's not quite like a 2-to-1 scrap to return ratio. At least not with this refinery. But it's not too far off that. I mean, that's a good ballpark number. Maybe we could say like 40%. But I mean, we came in with what, 4.6. We ended up with 2.4k. That's pretty good. That's pretty dang good, man. That's pretty dang good. But let's go put this on the ship and then fly it back up here. That unidentified signal is not as far away as the other ones were. I've heard they're a bit of a doozy, though, so you kind of really want to go in super prepared, from what I can understand. A supply post? That's the same faction as the station. Do you think that's a trading station? There's a chance. Hold on. Let's land this puppy. Let's get down there, put down our stuff, and then I'm going to go have a look. Okay, so small, well, I would say small, but smaller, bigger thruster over there. We cut you off. Careful, careful, careful. Thank you. Yes, I see a problem. We have no way to thrust up. I have erred, and my little gyros can't roll enough to flip me. Okay. How are we going to get some space? Oh, we're going to have to dig. I didn't bring my drill. Is there any connection point? There's one here. One piddly little connection. Do you think this is going to be enough just to get us off, just to get us into the sky so I can quickly fly under it and build a... Okay, well, judging by that thrust, no. No, I don't think it is. No, not even close. Okay, we definitely need the big one. Okay, if we could, like, tilt up and then shoot forward, that might work. There we go. Launch me. Frickin' launch me, dude. Send me into space. Okay. Light this candle. Perfect. Perfect. No notes. Okay, let's just get out of the gravity well, and then we'll sort out our fuel. Okay, let the gravity bleed off a bit of that velocity for us. There we go. We ascend. We ascend. 0.6 planetary gravity. 0.5. Put the dampeners on and start slow down. Okay, cool. We did it. We did it. Bit of a Navy launch there, but we managed to pull it off. Okay, put this down. Put that down. There you have it. Now, where could we fit this? it's going to have to go on the back, right? It has to be here. It has to be like this area, back of the thing. It's going to have to be. Okay, but it doesn't have to be that right now. What it has to be right now is heading home with 24,000 scrap iron on the way. Also, don't ever fly directly at where you're aiming. What are you doing? Are you insane? Are you an insane person? Yeah, this thing's gonna have to get bigger. That's okay. That's what the resource run was for. Next time we expand the bike, it's gonna be so long. What are we gonna call this thing? We need a name for the base. We need a name for this ship. That's the roster for the comment section today. You guys got to do some work too. I don't know which Keen Software House developer added the motorbike seat, this one here, but you deserve more than just a raise. They should just give you the company, because this is straight up the single best thing you could have put in this game. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is just so unbelievably cool. And there we go. Home sweet home, everybody. Hi, what a day. Okay, what a process. A lot of near misses, a lot of near deaths, a lot of mistakes were made, but a lot of lessons learned. Build larger tanks. That's the big one. That's the main one, I think. That's probably about 80% of the lessons in question. Oh, God. Also, weld up your floor. Unless you don't want to have it anymore, I suppose. Thank you all so much for being here today. This has been such an absolutely wild ride. I'm going to unload this ship, and we're going to get all of this stuff stowed away, safely in storage, safely functional, hopefully, or soon to be a bit more functional. Let me just get my components for this here, and I'll plop that down again real quick. Nothing ever happened. There you go. Didn't even scratch the paint. Look at that. How is our base battery doing, by the way? Just while I'm here. We got 7 hours of juice. Okay, so we probably need to put down some kind of generation. I'm thinking solar panel array. What do you guys think? But with that, my dear friends, thank you so much for spending time with us today. Magic and I have had a ton of fun making this episode for you, and we're going to do our best to keep these coming out weekly, but no promises, life gets in the way, and we focus on quality over quantity. So please be patient, there will always be more until the series is done. And don't forget to leave your comments and suggestions for ship names and the base name down below. As always, I've been largely unemployed, and we will see you in the next one. Cheers. You made it to the end of the video. Congratulations and thank you. That puts you in the top 3% of viewers. Here's another video that YouTube thinks you're going to like, and here is a list of all the patron and channel member names. If you don't see yours on there, you can find a link down in the description where you can sign up and support this content directly. If your name is on there, well, you probably already know that, huh? So, what are you still doing here?